Welcome, welcome. If you're watching this is for you. Today's topic, free will is the freedom to do absolutely everything except what you will to do. It's very important. A lot of these people out here get so hung up on, oh, God made free will. How is it predetermined? How is it written if we have free will? What is free will? Do we have free will? That's it. That's the explanation right there. You have the freedom to do absolutely everything except what you truly want to do. That's the kicker. That's the beauty of it. Remember in Bruce Almighty? He was talking to Morgan Freeman. That's the beauty of it. That's the beautiful part right there is the free will that we have, angels don't have. And for people who don't believe in God, forgive me for a moment. But imagine that you were just forced on your path. Everything that you were supposed to do is forced. So even if you were great, even if you were a great king, leader, president, rich person, whatever, imagine everything was scheduled and forced strictly. That would not be as awesome. That would not be as amazing as being like we are, who we might have a forced path in front of us that is everything that we ideally see ourselves doing and want to do. We might not have that forcefully in front of us, like we had a strict, rich, royal parent making us go to all of these trainings to be the next king, but we still can choose to do it. That is pretty amazing. And that makes life pretty beautiful. And I will quickly get this into your life and into a relatable situation. You don't have to wake up for your alarm tomorrow. You don't have to be early for work and do some reading and stop scrolling so much and stop wasting time on drinking and smoking and dilly-dallying and fornicating. You don't have to stop doing any of those things. You can go to Colombia and have all the frolicking and fornicating that you want. You can go to Vegas, do all the gambling, do all the goober. You can go to the club this weekend. You can go to the strip club. You can trick off, women. You can go get as many guys as you want to spend money on you and pay your bills. You can do all of that as much as you want until you die. Or you can do what you really want to do for yourself. That is the kicker. That is massively important. That is immensely important, what I'm saying there. Because are you truly doing what you want to do? That is something I really want you to think about. What is it that you want to do? If you're lazy, you don't want to lay on the couch for another hour BSing when there's something in the back of your mind that you really want to get to. That might be what you feel like doing, being lazy, if you're fat, eating unhealthy, that might be what you feel like doing. If you're a smooth guy, an attractive woman, you might feel like just going out and having a lot of sex and effing around and getting turned up on the weekends and going to brunch on Sunday with the girls and getting turned up, having another guy come through, have another woman come over. That might be what you feel like doing, but what you feel like doing and what you truly want to do for yourself are very, very far apart unless you are aligned. So if you're setting an alarm in the morning and you're not waking up for it, you feel like staying asleep, but you want to wake up at 5 a.m. and be effing great. If you're working a job you hate, you feel like keeping that job to keep those checks coming in, but you want to quit and go be an artist or go pursue a degree or go to, do some other job that you really want to do. But you don't feel like the potential of losing your income for a while, losing your nice car, losing your nice cell phone, losing your nice place, your TV, your cable, your internet. You don't feel like doing those things. So you feel like comfortable if I just keep doing what I'm doing. But what you truly want to do is what your will really is. And it's funny that in a spiritual sense, one could argue that that is what God is choosing you to do. You want to wake up at that alarm for some reason. You want to get in better shape for some reason. You want to start the business that you want to start and chase the dream that you have. You want to do that for some odd reason. Why is it that some people feel like doing some things? Some people feel like doing other things. Why does somebody want to be an artist, a singer, a rapper, versus somebody else who wants to be a surfer or who wants to be a dancer? Why is that? If there was no higher power, there would be no individuality. We would all just be like, get a college degree, get a nice job, get a promotion, get a nice promotion, get another job, get a nice house, pay bills, die. Where is all of this uniqueness coming from? Why do some people want to be comedians? Why do some people want to be geologists? Why do some people want to save the animals? Why do some people want to, be YouTubers? That's what you really want to do for some reason. It's like it's hard to even put your head around because that is where the divinity is. That's where the source is. That's where the power is in you. Is in the thing that makes you uniquely you that you want to do. So it's beautiful that you're not being forced to do it. If I want to be a YouTuber myself, nobody demanded that I make these videos starting at 14 every single day and never stop making them. And then I was going to be Mr. Beast level because I just got forced into it. Nobody forced me to do that. That would have been nice. Would have been cool. But I enjoyed all the dilly-dallying and frolicking in Colombia and Goober and Vegas. I enjoyed all of that. And it brought me right back to what I wanted to be doing anyway. And that's where I think so many of us are. So many people are just in the dilly-dallying, prolonging with harder dilly-dallying. So, you want to start a business, but you got so behind on credit, you got so behind on life, you got children, got bills, got a mortgage, got an apartment, got a car note, got vacations to take. You're trying to find a nicer vacation. You're trying to have another baby. You're trying to get a marriage and a bigger house and a nicer car. And you're trying to run further down that road, materialistic, earthly pleasures, as if you'll ever stop wanting to be the initial thing that you wanted and that's deep down inside you that you really will yourself to do, that you really want to do. So it's beautiful, but it also makes it tough. And you have to be careful. You have to watch yourself, watch your life. I use the astronaut example. If you want to be an astronaut, and now you're 40 working a great corporate job with a house and children and bills, trying to be happier. Like, oh, I got to get a motorcycle now. Now I got to get a boat. Now I got to get a nicer boat. Now I got to work overtime to keep up all these bills. Now I got to get a promotion. Now I'm trying to be VP of the company. Now I'm kissing butt and doing all the stuff that my heart isn't in. But I've gotten so far down the road of boats and Teslas and Cybertrucks. I've gotten so far down this road that I'm just trying to keep up appearances. Now my house is so big, I can't stop and go be an astronaut. That's like, astronaut is a particular example, but whatever it is that you really want to do never leaves you. And that's interesting. No matter how nice the corporate job gets, no matter how big the house gets, no matter how nice the boat gets, you aren't exercising your will for real until you do that thing. And that's what I'm doing with this channel. And it's not just me. There are plenty of YouTubers, plenty of artists, musicians, um, just people who are really doing what they want to do and not just medicating themselves into death with drinking and smoking and partying and friends and Instagram likes and nicer jobs and more money and more cars and more clothes and more followers. And oh, I'm just climbing up this ladder of things when maybe all I really wanted to do was help people. Maybe you can climb up that ladder and then get to a better point where now you're able to go make the YouTube videos. Maybe that was your journey all along, was to eventually get to what you really want to do. And I hope you get there. Or maybe you're just pushing it to the back of your mind. In either one of those scenarios, if you chase what you truly want more, you will find support and you will find divinity and happiness. That's the key. You won't find happiness with a nicer car note and a bigger mortgage and a bigger promotion and less hours worked, but I still work a lot. You won't find happiness there. You will find happiness even if you're struggling, even if you're poor, even if your bills are overwhelming you, but you're doing what you want to do every day. I find so much joy and impressed with myself, proud of myself, pride. I found so much pride in continuing to make these videos without a care for money, without a care for, I would like to get famous. I would like to make money, but it's not my goal. This is just truly what I want to do. I'm making these videos. They'll last forever. This will be timeless. If I die, I won't be concerned that I didn't fulfill my purpose because I'm doing my purpose because this is just what I want to do. I don't have to know why. And find that for yourself. An easy question to ask yourself is, what would you do if money wasn't an object? What would you do if you had everything you need? What is the thing that you want to do that's so badly that you didn't have to be paid for it? You can answer that question. You can find yourself, find out what you're here to do, and find happiness and peace. That's this video. Quick and easy, quick topic. Wanted to get that off my chest. Day in a lifetime. This will be day in the life 32. Life is going swimmingly. Business as usual. Reading some good books. Picked up The Art of War. That's a banger. Short book, way shorter than I thought. I'm almost finished with it. Reading fiction as usual. And still working on the Hindi spiritual text, the Bhagavad Gita. That's great. Loving every bit of that. God is very real. I just need people to know that. I don't care how you look at it. I don't know what you call it, but there is some divine spiritual force that is in control of the world. And if you don't want to call it God, call it the energy, call it karma, call it the source, call it the universe, call it the collective consciousness. There's something keeping all of this going. There's something that's making you want to do what you want to do. So that's real. Day in life otherwise. The grind continues. I worked out today and yesterday. That's automatic. That's nothing new. Scheming in the background, reading every day with my son. That's life. The good life, the great life, the perfect life. Might have more to add next time. But I don't need to spend too much time on these day in the lives. This is the montage that you guys see in the movie. This is the montage, is these days in the life. So when it's all said and done, and I got the fame, the fortune, the money, the women, when you see that, go back and watch all of these. And remember how it got mundane and routine at some point. But I didn't quit. Find the beauty in the mundane. Your morning cup of coffee, your morning tea, your morning wake up rituals. Find beauty in that. You're here again. You're doing it again. Another chance to be great. Let you guys go. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. Don't care. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. See y'all Monday.